There we go. Okay, so welcome YouTube, welcome Facebook Live, and welcome Zoomers. You're all invited to participate in this elixir of class, this yoga class this morning. So I've chosen the theme today is just like rinse and cleanse, or open and cleanse. And the opening part is the hamstrings, the hips, the quadriceps today. So a lot for getting us ready for hiking. And if you've been hiking, running, biking, and out in the great outdoors, yay. Also the springtime of cleansing, we'll do some twisting, and we'll do the hip opening, hamstrings and thighs, just actually to help you increase your awareness there and help you in your biking and your athletics. And also for those of you who are wanting to just get some respite from all of that activity, this is a great counter class, although we'll be doing some strengthening as well. Okay, so let's start on your mat, just in a standing sequence here. And close this door so we have a little better lighting. All right, so we're standing, top of your mat. Take the palms out, deep breath in, deep breath out. Get an assessment of how you feel in this moment. And if our mind is always numbing us out to the feeling, I'm going to just invite you to go inside and start to move down the body. What are my ears? Can I recognize that my ears are here? How am I hearing? And my jaw, is it relaxed or clenched? And my neck muscles, are they relaxed or clenched? My shoulders, what position are they in? And the arms and the hands. And in this way, we start to embrace and embody where we are here versus where we are up here. Everything is thought, thinking through. Let's take a moment to step into this vessel, right? This is what creates change and actively solidifies change and transformation. And we can feel it on a visceral level. So the physical body, definitely part of the equation in our transformation. And that's what it's about. Every day, doing our best, so our best keeps getting better. So hold here, standing, Tadasana, and it continue down the path here, your chest and your breathing. Is it deep and long or short and shallow? An assessment is not a judgment. Assessment is just simply tuning in with what is in your own body, and taking it into the hips. Are their hips tight? How do you feel in the hips and through the legs and all the way down into the feet? And as you press down through the feet, can you open up more fully and express your way up to the crown of the head? Take the arms overhead, deep breath. And exhale, back down. Inhale, deep breath in, arms overhead. And exhale, arms to your side. I wonder if I could get my arms all the way in. The picture, inhale up. And again, exhale to the side. Take a shoulder roll, forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. And then we're going to take a breath of joy. And if you could be outside planting your feet in the earth, all the better. I'm going to do it inside today. Likely moving forward, we'll do some outdoor video. But today, for now, the arms are going to come swinging up. Just start swinging the arms. And then you'll swing them out to the front, out to the side, out to the front and up, and then all the way down in a ha. So let's breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, ha. Ha, through the nose, 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 and out the mouth. Inhale, 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 great big ha. Ha. 10 or 12, ha. That's 4, ha, 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 ha. 2 more, ha. Inhale, inhale, ha. 1 more, ha. And then just relax the arms. Ooh, and notice how you feel now. I kind of boost my energy. It's something I love to do every morning. And you are welcome to take that challenge as well. Bring the feet a little wider than hip distance and just shift the hips side to side. Breathing in, breathing out, that feeling. And then take the hips all the way around in a circle. You kind of loosen the path here from upper body to lower body. Reverse that action, circling other direction. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale all the way around, exhale back. Very good. Exhale. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, back down to your side. I'm just trying to check out for a second that everything is working A-okay. Perfect. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the arms into a wide V. So I'm going to take a kneeling position for this so you can see my hands. I'm going to curl the fingers into the palm, keep the thumb extended so it looks like this, and then turn the palms forward so my thumbs are sticking up. We're going to do breath of fire. If you want to take a seat for this or standing, I like to stand when I do this, but note that you may get a little dizzy. So breath of fire. It's in and out through the nose with much force. So it's in with force, out with force. And it's in and out through the nose. Your belly is going to have contraction. So you can see my hand is moving. 36 of these. Begin. Ten. 20. 30. 6, 5, and 1. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, bring the thumbs together. Hold the breath at the top, Mula Bandha. Send the energy shooting up through the spine, out through the crown of the head. So really strong Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara. Palms together, exhale, hands to your heart. Ooh, roll the shoulders. I'm going to stand for the second sequence. We'll do the same thing. If you are feeling lightheaded, then please take a wider stance or take a seat. So second, arms in the air, whether you're seated or standing, thumbs up, fingers curled in. And take a breath in and begin. Ten. 20. 30. That's 26. Exhale all the air out. As you breathe in, bring the arms overhead, touching thumbs together. Hold Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Hold the breath, 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 breath. Hold, 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 hold. Palms together, exhale. Hands to your heart center. Okay, please don't hold the breath if you have hypertension or are pregnant or are feel dizzy or have hypoglycemic. Any of those can make you drop. We don't want to do that. Shoulder rolls. But this breath can help you reduce the symptoms that you're feeling in those arenas too, not pregnancy. So please don't hold the breath when you're pregnant. Bring the feet together. Let's come to the top of your mat and take some sun salutations with a little bent knee. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, take the hands down straight down the middle and bend your knees quite a bit. Inhale, with the hands on the floor, just lift the hips, maybe an inch or two, and then exhale, bend. Inhale, lift the hips, drop the head, exhale, bend. Inhale, lift the hips, drop the head, exhale, inhale, bend. Bring the arms alongside the torso, pull the belly in and come all the way to standing. Palms together, exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Releasing the arms to the floor, inhale, overhead. Exhale, straight down the middle. Hands to the mat or block, inhale, lift to extension, bending the knees. Exhale, drop in and down. Inhale to extension again. So I'm bending the knees so I can really get the feeling of a flat back, and then exhale, extending and noticing if my legs get any more open in the back side. Inhale here, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, pull up through the belly, arms come overhead, and exhale, hands to your heart. Release to the floor, inhale, overhead. Exhale, straight down the middle. Touch the floor, inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, take your left leg back to the back edge of your mat. We'll come into this low lunge, a runner's lunge, and just give a pulsation forward and back with your back foot, pointing and flexing. 2 more. Last one. Step your right leg back to meet your left, coming into a downward facing dog and then into a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knees to the floor, touch the chest and shin. Big slope. Then release the hips, coming into low cobra. Exhale, touch the forehead to the floor. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Step the right leg to the top of the mat. And we're coming back into the low lunge. Lift the heart. Exhale, left leg steps up. Oh, I did that wrong. Let's start in the downward facing dog here. Left leg steps forward. Now we're on that opposite leg. There we go. Thought something felt a little fishy here. Pulse forward and back. The right foot now catapulting us forward and back. Push off. Step forward. Inhale, half lift. And this is where you could bend the knees to get that flat back, and then take the head towards the shin and a deeper forward fold. Inhale, come through, flat back, arms to the sky, palms together and hands to your heart. Each time we come through that lift, we're getting going a little deeper and stretching the hamstrings and promoting that openness. All right, so second side. I'm going to move some hair around here. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down to the earth. Inhale, step the right leg, back edge of the mat. Now we've switched to the starting leg. We're going to hold here, give a little pulse forward and back. And then step the left leg back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into a high plank position, knees to the floor. Exhale, chest and shin. Keep the shoulders back and then release into a low cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. The right leg steps to the top of the mat. Give a little pulsation here, forward and back. Then we'll push off with the back foot, step it forward onto the right, sweep it under. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing with a little bend in the knee. Palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Beautiful job. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg to the back edge of the mat. We're going to hold here. Bring the back knee to the floor and then straighten the front leg. Back and forth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, try to move from the foot. So the heel pulls back, the shin moves forward. The foot pushes into the floor and the leg straightens. And in this way we can really juice up the hip, open up the hamstring. And you might want some blocks. Blocks can definitely help support the tightness in your hamstring and give you more open, a chance to straighten the leg fully and completely. So on this last one, step your right leg all the way back, pop the back knee off the ground, downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank, knees to the floor, chest and chin. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the right leg to this left leg to the sky. Let's see, yes. And step all the way through. Low lunge. Push off with the back foot. Step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop in and down. So that's getting a little bit more open. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Are you feeling the difference? Palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Patience with thyself. Yes, inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Sometimes we try to move too fast, too soon, too deep. Inhale, step the right leg back this time. We'll pause here, bringing the back knee gently to the floor and then straighten the front leg. Again, bring the blocks in, and if you have something to put underneath the knee, like a blanket or a pillow, that would be helpful. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. I get to stretch deeply. And this time, lifting the back knee, step all the way back. I know I said last time, downward facing dog, and I did an extra one. Inhale into plank. Bring the knees to the floor, chest and chin. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Right leg elevates. Step all the way through. Push off with the back foot, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart center. The shoulder roll forward, up, back, and down. And again, so staying at the top of your mat. Let's take the arms overhead, hold the wrist, and crescent to the left, hips off to the right. Oh, yeah, big long stretch. Inhale back to center, crescent to the right. 3 breaths here, that's already 1. And I'll hold firm through the low belly, 2. 1 more breath, 3. And come back to center, both arms straight up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, lift. Halfway, step the left leg back edge of the mat. Inhale, straighten the front leg and lift the toes. And then come back into a low lunge. Exhale, inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, back into low lunge. Inhale, we're just really affecting the inner thigh and the hamstring. And we're lighting up that back leg as well. So what might be useful, if this is really quite an opening stretch for you and you're feeling a tightness and a resistance, is to use the blocks so that you can get the front leg to straighten. And we're training the hamstring in this direction, right? It's not something it gets to do very often because we're seated, and when we're standing, we're upright, we're not in a forward fold. This one, we're actually in a forward fold with straight legs, and that's going to change how your hamstring is feeling about this posture, right? It's in a new paradigm. So be gentle with it. Okay. Then step the right leg all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale into a high push-up position, knees, chest and chin to the floor, to the best of your ability. If you just go halfway down, that's fine. Or if you want to chaturanga, that looks like this, then to the floor. Inhale, low cobra. My preference is Ashtangasana when we're doing the classic salutations, but you can change it up, right? This is your practice. Take it all the way back into downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg to the sky. Now hold here, bend the knee and open the hip. So we're going to do a little bigger hip stretch, inner thigh stretch here. Keeping the right knee square to your second and third toe. You can come up high onto the ball of the foot, but let's pay attention to this standing leg. If it's bent, that's not a problem, but just keep it open and facing the floor. Then your left hip can move in exact opposition to the right knee, and we're going to circle the ankle. A lot going on here. Step all the way forward to a low lunge, and your back foot meets the front. Inhale, half lift, use the blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Go a little deeper. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Palms together and exhale, hands to your heart. Whew. That was a lot of on the floor business, so make sure you're not dizzy. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg to back edge of the mat. Now we get to do the same thing here. Exhale, send the chest forward in a low lunge. Inhale, press through the front leg to straighten it. And now we're in pyramid. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Again, use the blocks. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Keep the back thigh lifted. Don't let the knee come to the earth here. We're not sinking. This is really strong. Push into the back toe and then lift the hip. Because I know what you're doing. You're doing this thing. Keep that back leg strong. That will help open the hip flexor. Let's do it once more. Coming into the bent knee. And then step all the way back. Left leg meets the right. Downward facing dog. Inhale into the top of a push-up. Bring the knees, chest and chin to the floor. Or alternatively, your chaturanga. Inhale to low cobra. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Now this time we'll take the right leg up to the sky. And pay attention to your left leg. Let's just come up onto the ball of the foot from the heel. Maybe try that a couple of times. And can you keep your knee facing the floor, not turn right? Because it's going to want to do that, right? Keep the hips square for a moment. Get your knee square. And with the left leg steady, bend your right knee and then open the right hip. The left leg stays steady. It does not move or twist with the right leg. They're moving in opposition. Then circle the right ankle. So we're going in both directions. Yeah, we're going to build some strength in your arms. You don't use these when you hike. We got to do something here, right? Let's step all the way forward. Low lunge and push off with the back foot. Step onto strongly your front foot and let your back leg come in. Inhale, half lift. Strong and steady tabletop. Exhale, pull yourself a little closer towards the shin. And we begin to close the gap from belly to thigh and get that more openness through the hamstrings. Inhale, come all the way to stand. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Release, exhale. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to put some more things together here. Inhale, step the left leg back. Back edge of the mat into our low lunge. And we're going to twist here. Right hand to right thigh. Open up the shoulder. Extend the right arm, reaching up to the sky. And I love a little circle. So I'm going to take the arm back. Square the shoulders to the floor. And then rotate open again. Take the arm back. Sweep it all the way around, big mandala circle to the top. The third time. And then we're going to turn all 10 toes to the side wall. So we're in now side plank. I'm scooting my right leg back to the middle of the mat. And now I'm going to lower the hips, tap the knee, and raise up and over. Inhale, exhale, lower the hip. And up and over. We're really starting to elongate that side body. Make sure your left arm is far enough forward that your wrist is not in harm's way. And bring both hands to the floor. Step your right leg back to meet your left. Whew, very powerful. Get your breath. Inhale to a high push-up. Knees, chest and chin to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back into a downward facing dog. Oh, this is really good. Left leg to the sky. And on an inhale. And then step all the way through. That should be getting a little easier. As you step it through, you're going to push off with the back foot. And sweep it under, coming forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop in and down. Inhale all the way to standing. Palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release to the side. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg to the back edge of your mat. Same thing here. We'll keep the right hand to the floor. Alternatively, you could use a block, and then we're going to twist open to the side in a wide stance. Keep your back heel energized to the back wall. So we're not turning yet. You want to keep it straight back. Lift the thigh bone. Take the arm forward. As you do, we're squaring the shoulders. I'm going to open the shoulders again. So shoulders are moving here. Circle around. Inhale back to the sky. And a third time. And from here, now I'm going to turn the feet towards the side wall. And for me, this is easier off the block. So I want to come off the block. And some friends might want to bring a knee to the floor and extend the leg here. Coming over and just hold. Okay, if you've got one leg in front and one leg behind, we'll lower the hip towards the heel and then inhale, raise. And the right outside edge of your foot, I call that the blade of the foot, is really pushing into the earth, not your ankle. So keep your ankle off the ground. Don't touch down. Even here, my ankle's not touching the ground. I'm on the blade of the foot, which is the edge. Play the edge here. One more time. Up and over. Step all the way back. Downward facing dog. Okay, yep, our arms are really playing a part. This feels good, right? Downward facing dog. Inhale, come into a high push-up. Knees, chest and chin to the floor. That's Ashtangasana. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Whew. Take a breath. Right leg to the sky. Inhale. And step all the way through. Push off with your back foot. Raise the hips as you press down through the right leg and sweep the left leg forward. Inhale, flat back. Blocks or no blocks. Exhale, drop the ribs.
chest, forehead towards the shin. That's getting a little more open. I feel it. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise up. Palms together, and exhale, bring the hands to the forehead and heart center. Full breath in, full breath out. Arms down to your side. You're doing awesome. So putting a few of these things together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg, back edge of the mat. Bring the knee to the floor. Take it open into a twist. Twisting little lunge here. And then we're gonna slide forward from the front heel, pushing down and pulling back. So I'm sliding the back knee forward and bending the knee. So I'm on top of the quad, above the kneecap. I'm gonna stretch the right arm all the way around and catch the foot. Possible not. You could just be reaching to the foot. And then a gentle, so let's open that up for a second. So you push the foot back into the hand into the foot. And then I'm gonna draw the heel towards the glute. And now we're getting into a deeper quad. You're gonna feel it for sure, right? Press down through the front knee, or back knee, front heel. So the hips aren't left just dangling towards the floor. They're actually a little bit elevated. And that's gonna increase whatever you're feeling in that quad. I'm feeling quite a bit. This is intense for me. Normally my heel comes all the way in. I've been doing a lot of running. So yeah, that tightens up your quads. It tightens your hips. It tightens your hamstrings. So this is a great way to release that. And if you are finding that you can't reach your foot, yeah, this is a great practice for you to do more often. And go ahead and release that gently. Bring the knee to the floor, or the foot to the floor. And then we're gonna take the blocks, lift the back knee, step the foot in and come into pyramid. So with the blocks on either side, place one block underneath the ball of the foot. I'm gonna stay here and come into a flat back. So I'm using my one free block to hold the hands steady. And then exhale, I'm going to bring it in and down. So forehead towards the shin. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, forward fold and hold. 3 breaths. 2 more. Dig the heel in, draw the right sit bone back. This should feel lovely on your back side. So we stretch the left quad and we're doing the right hamstring. We'll switch sides in a moment. You'll notice the difference here. So left hand stays on the block. You're going to remove the block from your right foot. And then we'll open to the side. So we're taking this into a twist. This is a cleansing action, the twisting that we're adding into this practice. Remember to take a lot of water in today if you can. It would be awesome. Bend the knee, bring the hand back to the floor. Both hands step all the way back, downward facing dog. A little uneven on the legs. I feel open on the back side of one and open on the front side of the other. Inhale, come into plank. Bring the knees to the floor, chest and chin. Exhale. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. So our lead leg here is the left leg. Step all the way through. We're going to give a little pulse action on the back foot and then push off and step forward. As you really push through the left heel, drop the leg under, inhale, half lift, strong and stable. Exhale, forward fold. Now that's where you're going to feel the difference, the lopsidedness in the hamstrings. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale,
Hands to forehead so we don't fall over. Hands to the heart. Inhale and then release back down. Overhead inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg back edge of the mat. And we're going to bring the knee to the floor again. So we start, a couple ways to do this. I'm going to show you some options. We're taking this into a twist. And then a deeper quad stretch, yes? So if you're here, let's see. Oh, for the quad stretch, you could take it all the way down to your belly. Yeah, I'm thinking the twist. Take it all the way onto your belly, if you'd like. And just bend the knee and bring it in so you get that deep quad stretch. Okay, so for those who have the leg forward, we're going to drag the back knee forward so you're on top of the quad, bend the knee, and then reach the left arm all the way around. Catch the foot, press the foot into the hand so we're opening the chest. So we should be stretching the opposite quad now. And you know why this quad feels a little more open? Because we stretched the hamstring. Ha! You're going to notice that on the other side too. They're interrelated, quads and hamstrings. And you don't want to tighten one or strengthen one without strengthening the other. You want a good balance. Likewise, when we open one side, we want to open the other side. So strength and length is the name of the game. We can take a lot of breath here. The quadricep really needs to open up. Draw the heel towards the glute. Or you're on your belly, remember, and you've got right hand to right foot. That's the option. And go ahead and release the leg all the way to the earth. Pop the back knee off the ground, step your foot in, and then we'll lift the front foot, take a block underneath the ball of the foot here, opposite block at any height, and then you can lift into a flat back and see if you can get the front leg to actually straighten. That might require a higher lift. Make sure the feet are on separate train tracks, so there's some width between them. Okay, I'm going to be here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, drop in and down. And let's do that twice more. The flow in. Exhale, down. One more. And exhale, hold. 3 counts. 2 more. Remember, too far, too fast causes injury. And we're attempting to ease into your best openness without force to prepare you for your athletic events and to sharpen and take the tightness out. It's already 3. Soften the knee, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, high push-up. Exhale, bring the knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale. And exhale back into downward facing dog. That feels a little more balanced and even. Beautiful, come up high. Let's not do that actually. Onto the balls of the feet, press your heels back down. And then raise the right leg. And inhale, step it all the way through. Push off with the back foot. Pressing into the front, bring your left leg to the right. Inhale, flat back, exhale, drop in and down. Inhale, lift halfway, and then we're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. So we're not coming all the way to standing this time. Bending into a toe stand. So a toe stand, you may want to use your blocks. So bring the blocks on either side. Hips are to the heels. if your blocks are a little bit higher, you could push into the blocks and then take this pressure off the knee. Also push into the ball of the foot and lower the hips to the heels if that's an appropriate space for you to be in. If you've got knee issues, you may want to be a little higher. So be aware of your needs today. So in toe stand, one hand to the heart, and bring the other hand to the heart in balance if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to the blocks. Press the heels down. Lift the hips up. Inhale, straighten the back. Exhale, drop the chest in and down. Yes. Inhale, lift the heart. Turn the toes out this time. And then come into a squat, Malasana. So you might want one block behind and one block in front. And as you lower down, you could bring the hips block and then maintain the ankle into the earth. And if you're seated on the block, a great way to utilize the inner thighs or to become more open in the inner thighs is to push down and lift 1 inch off the block and then lower back down. Lift 1 inch off the block. Let's everybody try that. Lower down. One more time. And without the block, lower the hips down. Yeah. Get into the inner thighs. Place the hands on the block. Inhale, lift the hips. Turn the feet parallel, chest away from the thighs. And exhale, drop the chest in and down. That forward fold again. Inhale, release. Coming back to center. And exhale, bring the knees to the floor. And sit up. I'm going to face you. So we'll still have the blocks handy. We'll take the right leg out to the side. I'm facing you, not mirroring you today. Right leg out to the side. In Parigasana, gate pose, the left arm is going to come up and over. You're just going to slide the right hand down the shin and then come back up. Inhale. Exhale, float the hand down the shin. Inhale, lift back up. And one more time, exhale, float the hand down the shin. I've got my toes and my knee both pointing forward. Come back up. Now we're going to point both the toe and the knee upward. And exhale, come over, hold 3, 2, and 1. And deepen that stretch and then come back to center and float all the way to the earth. We're back in Vasisthasana, side plank. Bend the top leg, reach around and clasp the top of the foot. Press the foot into the hand. We open through the heart and chest. We're going to revisit that other Vasisthasana that we did earlier for a deeper hip stretch. Release the foot. Take the arm overhead, and we're going to step your right leg forward in front of the left knee. In front of the left knee. Okay, right leg's in front of the left knee. I'm here. And then all I'm going to do is shift the weight to the front arm and the right foot. Then try to lift your back knee. So it might just be the top of the knee. And if you can, lift the foot and then place it back down. And lift the knee, lift the foot, and place it back down. Try it one more time. What can be helpful is your right hand on the knee, and that can give you a little bit of energy. This time, as you lift the leg, you're going to shoot it to the back edge of your mat and catch yourself on the blade of the foot. Now we're back in our side plank. Remember this one. Side plank. Yep.
And lower the hip towards the floor without touching the ankle. One more time, raise. Hold here. And bring your top leg in to meet your back. We're strengthening the arm, opening up the hips, lengthening through the whole front side of the body. And then exhale, bring the hands back to a plank pose, into downward facing dog. Inhale into a high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Nice, and then bring the knees to the floor once again. Inhale, raise the chest, shoulder. I'm going to face you, so I'm turning. Take the left leg out to the side. If you want to turn on your mat as well, that would be helpful. So toes and knee are facing forward. Inhale, raise the right arm up and over. Left arm slides down the shin. And just come back to center. Inhale and exhale, flow. Notice the tight spots. There's a lot of them. Exhale, flow. Inhale here, turn the foot, the knee up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hand on the shin, push the shin into the hand, and the hand into the shin. So we're not locking either one. And just take a big stretch overhead. 3 breaths here. It's already 1. Deep and long, 2. 1 more breath. 3, coming back to center. And we'll take this whole plane and drop it over to the side. So the right arm, hand in front of the shoulder, lift the left leg. Left arm comes overhead. All the way up and over. So you could stay here. What we're going to do is, actually, everybody's going to do this. You're catching the back foot. Press the foot back into the hand. Open the chest. I just about left this out. There we go. 3 breaths. That's already 2. 1 more. And then release. Awesome. Now step the top leg in front of your back knee. And if you like, we're going to practice here. Left hand on the left knee, lifting the right knee off the ground and then the foot. Okay, so all of the weight now is pressing through the front arm and this leg. Okay, now if you'd like, you can shoot the front leg all the way back and stay in the side plank, or lift the knee, lift the foot, and extend the right leg onto the blade of the foot. And now we're in our side plank again. Vasisthasana variation. Exhale, lower the hips to the floor. Inhale, lift it up, and then bring your left foot in to meet your right. Full Vasisthasana. 3, 2, and 1. Turn to the floor, squaring the hips and shoulders. Downward facing dog. Weight distribution is equally based, and downward facing dog now feels like somewhat of a relaxed posture. This is our recharge right here. Inhale, come into the top of a push-up. Exhale, this is the chaturanga. So you could bring the knees down if you like. Inhale, full Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. And then exhale, back into that downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg to the sky. Inhale, step all the way through. And now turn all 10 toes to the front wall. So we're in a wide angle forward fold. Walk the hands forward underneath the forehead. If you have a carpet or grass or something you could grip the floor with, that would be awesome. And bend the knees and then widen the thighs. Shift the weight back into the heels and hinge. So the arms come forward, the weight goes back and the heels will lift the balls of the feet. We'll come into Prasarita hinge. And then bring it back. So the hips are even with the heels. Hands directly underneath the forehead. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, straighten and lower the head towards the floor. So we might, again, want something here to touch down with. So it could be a block. It could be a couch, a chair, whatever's in front of you, or just nothing at all. The hands stay here. If the head's on the ground, you can clasp the hands around the ankles, press into the outer edge of your feet, lift the hips strongly, and that will help straighten the back side, posterior chain. So we're going into full extension through the inner thigh and back of the hamstrings, right here. One more breath. And place the hands back to the floor. Lift the torso. Inhale. Exhale. Jump the feet together. So a little bend. Jump the feet together. Revisit toe stand. Here. Plant the right hand and take the left arm all the way up and around. Hook the elbow. Nice easy twist. Plant the hands. And if you'd like to take an opportunity to float, because we're going to be doing this next week anyway in our Durga series, float the hips off the ground in a twisting crow. The opportunities there, or just in a toe stand with the twist, hands on the ground, and stay right here. Okay, then you're going to come back up, 3 breaths each side, toe stand again, with or without blocks. Plant the left hand, right arm comes all the way up, and we're going to twist around, hook the elbow to the knee, plant the hands. I'm not workshopping this, so if it's in your repertoire, if you know this posture, you can take the side crow. Okay, we'll be learning it in future classes. If it's not in your repertoire, stay right here and just utilize this time to feel the cleansing action of the twist through the waist. Then we'll come back to center. Lift the hips, straighten the legs. Inhale all the way to standing. Palms together and exhale, hands to the heart center. Come to the top of your mat. I'm switching on the top of my mat now. Your inhale, raise up, exhale, forward fold. Step the left leg all the way back and walk the right foot into pigeon. So it's going over to the left. I'm going to diagonally cross my mat so my knee is outside my right shoulder. It's to my right hand. Lifting up in pigeon here, squaring the hips, back toes turned under, knee gently to the floor. And just pause, take a couple of deep breaths. And don't force anything to happen, especially around the knee area. This is opening the hip, and if your hip is not mobile, your knee will begin to take the brunt of the work. So bring the heel a little closer to the groin to take that stress off the knee, or bring a blanket underneath the right hip. And I'll show you that on the second side. Walk the hands forward. We're going to pause here in pigeon for a few breaths. We're getting down to the wire, taking it down to the ground. Releasing. We may even take this into a back bend today. There's some form. We have the hip flexors open. The hips are open. The hamstrings are open. So if you're all the way laid down, come up onto your elbows, so where I'm at right here. Stretch your right hand out to the side and then rotate. So you can increase the efficacy of the posture and maybe some
Feel a little bit more that right hip. 3 breaths here. It's already 2, 1 more. Ah, beautiful. Release, hands back to center. You'll free up the front leg by pushing down and stepping back into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet and notice how you feel. Step the left leg forward into the low lunge. Walk the foot across to your right hand. Coming into pigeon, or you can go directly into pigeon. So I have the back toes turned under. This is going to help me help support less weight on the knee. And I'm going to inch my hips back a little bit. Keep both feet active, so including the foot that's near the right hip, keep that foot toe active. And then walk forward onto the elbows or all the way down to the mat, forehead to the fingers supported. A few deep breaths. If you feel any tension or pinching in the knee whatsoever, like let's come out of this posture and see where you can change it up. So there are some opportunities and options. You could do a seated figure 4, where you're in a seat and the left ankle is crossed over the right knee, and you're bringing it in. I'll show you what that looks like. So for those of you who really do not like pigeon pose, this takes the pressure off the knee, puts it all in the hip, and then I lift the chest towards the thigh. Now I'm getting that deeper hip stretch without all the gyrations in my knee, right? So that's an option. Okay, from here, come onto your elbows. If you're still in pigeon, reach your left hand out to the side and take it into a slight twist. 3 breaths here. 1, 2. What do you feel? 3. Our hips are storage banks. So sometimes for emotion, sometimes we can, let some emotion out of the bag here and feel a little anger or sadness or maybe a lot of joyfulness. Depends on what we're storing there. Let's free the leg up, step all the way back, but just expect the unexpected. And downward facing dog, full and deep. Nice. We're going to step the feet all the way to or through your hands, coming into a seated position on your mat. To the center, feet straight out, kickstand the hands behind, taking an L shape. Inhale here, exhale, bend the right knee, take it into an L shape. We've been doing this. Let me spin around so you can see what I'm doing on the right side. So I have an L shape here. Plant the right hand, lift up and over. And if you've been with me for a couple of weeks now, we did some fun switch ups with the hands, circling the head. And if you like that motion, certainly take the opportunity to do what feels inviting for you at this time. I'm just going to stretch up and over and up and over again. One more. Plant the hand, lift the hips and shift. It looks like our side plank again. Bring the hips to the floor. Facing the long leg, take a forward fold. As much as possible, we're opening this whole right side of the body.
So the right hand is crossing the left ankle to support that deeper stretch. Forehead towards the shin, or chin to the shin. Deep, long breath. And then we'll gently come back up. And we'll take the bent knee and cross it all the way over. This is going to be a Gomukhasana style. So it's a little bit different. Your heel, instead of the twist, which we could do, the heel is going to come all the way up to the hip. And you lay the knee towards the knee. And use the hands as kickstands on either side. Then lean forward. And hands come forward, lean forward again. Hands come forward, lean forward more. Hands to the foot, lean forward even more if that's possible. You might be anywhere along that bus stop, bringing the hands back here, middle, or around the foot. This is going to be a strong opening for the hip, hamstring, low back. Any or all three of those areas are possible. The cool thing is we stretch those areas that are most tight, right? So we get some information here. When we can breathe into it, pause for a moment and see where am I tightening up? And then release. Let's come back up slowly. Uncross the legs. Take the left knee into the chest, open it out to the side. Now we're in that L shape once again. Take it back. Hand to the floor, right arm comes up and over. Inhale, center, exhale, up and over, opposite direction. Inhale, center, exhale, up and over. We started it a little bit late. This is an hour and 15-minute class on our Tuesday. Inhale, I had some technical difficulties starting out. My whole computer crashed as I was beginning the class. So I had to wipe that out and start over. It took a few minutes. Exhale, plant the hand, reach up. So we may end just a little bit after the end time. Circle around, but we are getting close. Right hand comes out, left hand crossing over the body, and then take a forward fold. Inhale, extend, exhale, nose to knee, forehead to knee, nose to knee, or chin to knee. Don't ignore any warning signs. In this opposite knee, if it needs some support, love, put a blanket block underneath it. We're holding this one for a little extra time. So if this is a relatively easy fold for you, you're not feeling any pinching, you might want to bring a block behind the foot and go in that way, that direction, and even cross the hands. So you get more stretch in the QL right around here, whole left side of the hip. 2 more breaths. And then slowly walk your way back to center. Yeah, I'm feeling quite a bit more open now at the end of class than I did at the beginning of class. It was quite tight. So here is that Matsyendrasana, or half Lord of the Fishes pose. We're going to turn it into Gomukhasana. So bringing your left heel, sliding along the thigh up towards the hip, as far up as you can, which may or may not be that far, but just to where you can lay the knee open here. Kickstand with the hands, and then take the hands forward as you lean the chest forward.
Now right here, I start to feel it my hamstring, big time, right? And if it's a lot for you, make a fist, and again, support underneath the knee. So some of these practices and tips and tricks I've shown you over the past few months, you can apply them as you embrace the wisdom in your own body. If it's appropriate here, yes, apply that bit of wisdom, because it takes the anxiety out of the hamstring, and now I get more stretch here in the sides of the body and the low back, and the hip area. And then when I take the hand out, now I get that IT band. And again, hamstring, I'm definitely feeling it in all those areas. Keep the feet active. Another breath. 2 more. Let's just take 2 more deep breaths. Stay in the uncomfortableness of this posture. It's only uncomfortable because we don't often sit this direction. Then we'll come back up to seated, hands moving up the chain. And we'll free up the legs, stretch the legs all the way out. Hugging the knees into the chest, let's lie on your back. Knees into the chest. And for our back bend today, we'll do bridge. And if it's in your repertoire to do a full wheel, you're welcome to do that. We're going to twice do our bridge. Feet stay down, elbows stay down, and then we're going to just slide the shoulder blade underneath, more onto the back, so the heart lifts up towards the chin lifts up towards the sky, feet press down into the earth, and that elevates the hips because they're moving in opposite directions. Shins forward, chest towards the chin. 3 deep breaths here. It's going to open up the hip flexor. It does charge the battery on the back side. And then slowly come down to the earth, and we'll take a second bridge posture. If you'd like this one to be supported, you can slide a block underneath the sacrum and hold a supported bridge. Okay, for those of you who want to stay here, this is a great option. Those who want to go into full wheel, platter the hands, place them back as you turn the thumbs out. And then anchor the arm bone into the shoulder socket, pressing down through the hands, come up onto the top of the head, or arms all the way. Hold 3, hold 2, and then as you come down, tuck the chin, bring the shoulders back to the earth, hips back onto the block. For those in bridge, come back down, remove the block, release to the floor. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Take a breath. And then breathe out. Well done. Pick up the right leg, cross over left ankle. Drop the knees over to your left side. Right arm comes out. Nice, easy spinal twist. And again, really affecting the piriformis. For you runners and bikers and hikers, you're going to feel a lot of tension here. Tension is the muscle strength, the muscle elongating. Okay, that's tension. It's also the fascia. So if you can give a little pounding action or pressure right here on the hip. And you're stretching. That would be a little helpful. And then come back to center. Release the leg. Let's come into a happy baby, both feet to the sky. Hands pressing down on the sole of the feet, feet pressing up. And then we'll switch the ankle crossing over right thigh, drop to your right side. Arms come out again. You can stay here, or if you want a little more information in that hip, you can pound the hip or just stretch. So gently come back to center and cross the legs. Take the legs all the way to the pocket of each corner, the heels like pressed into the pockets, and the hands open, shoulders relaxed. Take a deep breath in, fold the feet in towards the center. Contract the quads, shins, heels. Make a fist and draw the muscle hug to the bone. And then on the exhale, you're going to relax all the way out. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, make a fist, feet inward, strong contraction. Exhale, full relaxation. Inhale, no fist, no clenching. Exhale, relax even more. And one more deep breath in. Relax, exhale. Shavasana. What are we ringing out to make room for? I make space for greatness. I make space for greatness. I make space for greatness. For one more minute, stay in your Shavasana. Take a deep breath into the belly. Rolling into one side in fetal position. Pause with the breath. Take time. Make space for greatness. That might mean saying no to things or putting them on the back burner. Making space in your day to do those things that bring joy and fill you up. And at work, it means making work joyful, spaciousness, creative. Come into a seated position. Hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Then deep out. And making space for greatness. Just turn the palms, the elbows out, hook the fingers together in front of the heart. So I'm making a hook. I don't know if you can see that. Hooking one to the other. Breathe in, pulling the arms apart. Breathe out, relaxing that resistance. Breathe in, resisting. In a Ganesha grip. Exhale, release the action or resistance. And the resistance or obstacles we're seeing might just be those obstacles that we're creating in our own mind. So be mindful of that. Inhale. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. May we remember the resistance is our growth potential. And also that making space for greatness might mean making space and room for new ideas, new perspectives, and letting go of what no longer serves us. Scoop the hands back into Anjali Mudra. Thumbs at the heart center. Inhale deeply. And bow gratefully. Stay. Thank you so much for playing full out today. Tuesdays are an hour and a half. This will be recorded